Hey everyone, I was kind of bored, so I thought a road trip would be fun to see a few of the trucking companies that DCP just released models of. Unfortunately, they are in opposite directions from home, so this is going to be a long trip. Unfortunately? The only thing unfortunate about it is the cost of diesel. The rest should be fun, just to get out and drive. My first leg of the trip is a bit northeast of me to the borough of Telford, Pennsylvania, in both Bucks and Montgomery counties. Borough is right. I wouldn't call this a town. It only has 5,000 people here and an area of 1 square miles. However, the scenery here in the Indian Valley is just beautiful. I wouldn't have thought of a trucking company being located in such a tiny borough, but here is the headquarters of Penn Valley Gas. Penn Valley Gas is a propane company serving customers in both residential homes and commercial settings in the Indian Valley region. The current Penn Valley Gas was founded on January 1st, 1957 as Penn Valley Bottled Gas Company by Ken and Ruth Balmer. The first 10 years of operation were used to build a solid foundation to grow the company on. Ken and Ruth did this by purchasing a farm to provide the land necessary to build a bottled gas company with room to expand and install additional storage tanks as customer demand increased. Its first storage tank was a 30,000 gallon capacity tank. This capacity allowed Penn Valley to enter the wholesale propane business. In the 1970s, Penn Valley was growing due to the growth of mobile homes in the area. Mobile homes at this time were beginning to use propane as their primary source of heat, as well as for cooking and hot water. This increased demand of propane considerably at trailer parks and required a rethinking of propane delivery to each mobile home site. Penn Valley Gas took a look at what the natural gas companies were doing and decided to copy them at the mobile home parks. Penn Valley pioneered the installation of a central supply system at the mobile home park, and then piped propane to each trailer site. A brilliant idea! The natural gas companies have been doing the central storage and pipe supply to individual customers for years. To further cut the cost on these mobile home park in central supply system installations, Penn Valley used plastic piping for some of these installations, which was a total first in the propane industry. Not so sure that was a good idea, but I'm no expert on the longevity of plastic pipe carrying high pressure gases. In the 1980s, the second generation of Balmers began working full-time to learn the business of selling, supplying, and distributing propane. In 1989, Dan, Dale, and Dwayne Balmer officially took over the reins and continued the traditions built by their parents, Ken and Ruth. Another major milestone for the company was achieved in 1989. The company finally had its own office building on the farm to manage the company. For the first 3 decades, operations were managed from Ken and Ruth's home. Who says you need a downtown office to run a business? Obviously, Ken Balmer didn't think so, and proved it. The 1990s were a challenging time for Penn Valley Gas, as the region changed dramatically from farms to housing developments. But Dan Balmer didn't see this as a problem. He saw it as an opportunity and seized it. Dan built good relationships with the developers and home builders, which paid off with Penn Valley Gas getting to install underground storage tanks for entire housing developments, securing customers for decades to come, dependent on propane for heating and cooking. Another brilliant move, as it gave Penn Valley Gas over 120 housing developments to serve in southeastern Pennsylvania. The 2000s were not a disappointment either, as retail and wholesale customers continued to grow. This growth required more equipment to handle, so their fleet went from 2 Peterbilts to 10 Peterbilt tractor trailers. Other equipment purchased was their first backhoe. This was more convenient means of installing underground tanks for customers. The 2000s also brought in the 3rd generation of Balmers to work in the company and groom the future leaders to keep Penn Valley Gas on the cutting edge of propane. Now, let's head on down to the rock quarry and talk about a fancy 359 Pete with LPG tanker trailer for Penn Valley Gas.
And here we go, folks. This is the beautiful Peterbilt 359 with a 36-inch bunk pulling a Mississippi pressure tank trailer for Penn Valley Gas of Telford, Pennsylvania. DCP by First Gear, 1/64 scale die-cast replica. Ages 14 and up. Comes in the standard DCP box with the mural in the background and the 2-piece blister. The item number on this one is 60-1145. And there it is out of the package. Isn't that sharp? Most of the tank is white, but the belly and the truck are the same. Super dark green with a little bit of blue in it. Almost black, that's how dark it is. But there is a little bit, you can see it when you get the color on it, but it really does look black, even though it's not. The tanker on this one is the DCP Mississippi tank trailer. It is a pressurized tank for liquefied petroleum gas, or propane. The hazmat placard there is 1075, which is propane. It has a "Thank God for over 65 years of service" logo tampoed right there on the tank, and at the front it has the Penn Valley Gas logo, Telford, PA, and then up front you can see a little number 37. That is the trailer number. This is trailer 37. Underneath you can see the hookups, piping, and everything else. Right here there's information about Mississippi Tanker Company, Hattiesburg, Mississippi. And then now you can probably see a little bit of that green and blue in the base, but it is really dark. Rear axles are tandem with soft rubber tires on 10-hole chrome wheels. It has air brake canisters and a semblance of working suspension. Also, trailer has the standard screw down type landing gear and DOT striping all around it. On the back you can see Penn Valley Gas, Telford, Pennsylvania, right there, their logo, and then another 1075 and liquid petroleum gas backed up. Also, a really neat feature on these trailers is the little fire extinguisher right here. Brake lights are tampoed in red, DOT striping on the bumper, and then 3 more DOT lights up there, plus a real nice rendition of this pressurized plate. Over on the passenger side, it has pressure gauge. Here's the little hookups for unloading the tank, so you can hook up and then the valves are there. Crank for the landing gears on this side. The front fenders are painted in silver. There is 2 amber marker lights there, and then just 1 red marker light back here. You can see the 1075 placard hazmat. Another "Thank you for our 65 years," and then the Penn Valley Gas logo right up on the front of the tank, really sharp. Front of the tank here, 1075 hazmat placard, and then your electric and airline hookups right there. Not a heck of a lot of detail, but beautiful trailer and gorgeous graphics they put on this one. Now we'll go on and look at the tractor. To do that, we'll screw the landing gear down. And here we go. This is the beautiful 359. It is the truck that started it all for them. Their first Peterbilt that they ever had was this 359. However, it was brown, and there'll be a picture of it so you can see what it looked like originally. And this is what they did when they did a full-off restore. Looks so much better than it did back then. Chrome stacks, chrome mirrors, chrome fuel tanks with painted ends. Well, these end caps actually are to simulate the leather covers they put over them. Penn Valley Gas, and then other information right there about Penn Valley Gas, including truck number right there on the battery box step. Chrome 10-hole wheels, front and rear, soft rubber tires. Turn signals up on the fenders. Nice turbo air cleaners that are chrome plated. Then they painted some bands black. You see the beautiful Pete logo there. Markers and other details are tampoed. Also a nice white and light blue stripe on this cab. It is gorgeous. Another thing, chipped up a little bit, you can probably see that is a little bit of the green color in the paint. It's a green metallic, really dark green. It has the pogo stick with airlines on it, chrome deck plate, aluminum fenders over it, and then the fifth wheel is there. Chrome air horns, chrome visor, and then the roof lights are molded into the cab, and then they are tampoed silver with a little orange yellow paint for amber lenses. Round on the front, hard plastic windows that are clear with black outlines molded in for the windshield wipers and for the gasket that goes around the window. Chrome grille, Peterbilt logo there, chrome drop bumper, and then this has more like either late model 359 rectangular headlights or 379 like rectangular headlights hanging off of there. Most 359s had rounds, but this one has rectangular just like the real one does. Over on the passenger side, door into the sleeper here, door handle, door latch, another Penn Valley Gas and truck number, ICCs, all that right down there on the door. Windows. Interior, it has two black high back seats, black dash, and black steering wheel. Really sharp truck. It's also got another chrome fuel tank with the end caps painted for those leather covers. Underneath, you see the exhaust coming out to the straight stacks, the fuel tanks, steps that go up onto the deck plate, drive shafts, air brake canisters, the nice tread pattern on the tires, bottom of the engine, which is painted yellow because this truck has a Caterpillar engine, and bottom of the transmission detail. Around on the back here, you can see Peterbilt logo on the little mud flaps on the bottom of the fenders, DOT striping, and that's about it. Brake lights are on the back of the sleeper, and then a window tampoed onto the sleeper with the tint over it. It is not a real window there because this truck sleeper doesn't really have a window in the back, but theirs did. Under the hood, you see that beautiful yellow motor. It's the same motor in all the trucks, but they just painted different colors, and this one's painted yellow because this real truck has a cat yellow motor in it, and Caterpillar power. Probably a 3406 back in the day would have been in this one. You can see the piping for the turbocharger there and the air intakes. Now it does have positionable steering, not true steering, but positionable steering. It clicks in place so you can set it whichever way you want. I like them leave them straight. That's the best way in my opinion. And the hood does open. Now let's go on and hook them all back together. And that is the Peterbilt 359 with Mississippi tank trailer for Penn Valley Gas, hauling propane, a 1/64 scale die-cast model by DCP by First Gear. It is a great representation of the first Peterbilt that Penn Valley Gas had and restored to make a working show truck. Also, for more information on the Mississippi Tanker Company, watch my next video, so hit subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss it.
Penn Valley Gas has built a large operation in a small town. They are proof that building relationships with employees, friends, family, and the communities they serve are the true key to growth. To prove this, Penn Valley has never advertised for a service technician or driver. When a position came up, their network has always provided the right candidates. Penn Valley Gas runs some really sharp equipment, and DCP did a good job making a model of one of their classic trucks. Go on and buy one of these beautiful models while supplies last, with the link in the description below. The next stop on this trip is to the south and the town of Hattiesburg, Mississippi, to talk about another propane tanker. So make sure you go on and subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss it. After that, I'll be heading on to Springfield, Missouri for a video on Rapid Roberts gas tankers. Thanks for watching. Please go on and smash the like button, share this video, and subscribe to my channel. I'm Logan, the 64th Gear Jammer Skeele, and I'll be back with another video from the road.